Now,
There's
if
like
you'll
lightning round.
excuse me, gents, I'm going to play Bioshock Infinite and
Yes,
come
enjoy that.
everywhere. By the way, listeners, I hope you're fucking happy. I hope you're with your Where's Podtoid Jim? Where's Podtoid Jim? Making me feel socially responsible for your well-being. Because I know what half of you are like. If there's no Podtoid that week, you're gonna go interfere with women, or let out tires, or burn a skull or something, because you're all fucking terrible. Right? I have Bioshock Infinite is on my second monitor screen. I've got the words in the Steam library highlighted right now. I'm already 2 days late on the review because my copy got to me after everyone else's. Got it open in Steam. I'm burping while I'm talking. That's gross. That's how angry I am. I'm just drinking a warm Monster Energy. I could double click now and be in Colombia and enjoy all the racist fun that Colombia has to offer, the city in the sky. But no, because I was going to say let's record tomorrow on the Thursday, but Jonathan Holmes
Yes.
decided he had to go to PAX East. Specifically to fuck with me on this day. It was planned, like clockwork. Probably worked with 2K Games to orchestrate this master plan. I hope you're happy, listeners. The things I do for you.
Yeah, they're very happy. They're all going to PAX East, and they wanted to have a show for
Yeah,
that. And the
well.
questions are already coming in.
I hope, Jonathan, I was telling Conrad this before you came on late.
Yeah.
I hope all of PAX East takes place inside your asshole. I hope it all.
Why? What? What did I do wrong?
I hope you sneeze, right?
Uh-huh.
Really violently and surprisingly, so you fall backwards and your trousers and pants come off at the same time as you fall backwards. And then just like a vortex, everything in the PAX East area just gets sucked up into your ass.
A reverse?
And
A sneeze that causes a vacuum in the...
the sneeze is just to topple you on the floor and get your
Oh.
underwear off. And once that happens, you will have stopped sneezing, and the reaction will be your arsehole clenches so much it sucks all of PAX East up your arsehole. And then like a TARDIS, but not quite like a TARDIS because it is still a bit uncomfortable. All of PAX East goes on inside your rectum forever.
Forever? They never get pooped out?
They just stay there.
Why are you mad at me? What did I do wrong?
Playing Battle Block Theatre forever in your arsehole.
I don't like Battle Block Theater that much, so I'll pass.
And I hope that is right near the anus so you hear the music.
The music's not bad. It's I don't know. I'll play it again. Maybe it's better. Why are you mad at me? We were scheduled to do the show, and then you were like, "I can't do the show," and I was like, "Come on, let's do it."
I'm Jonathan Holmes. I have a schedule and a life. Oh! Can't you be like the fucking rest of us?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be meeting with the property manager of my new apartment right now, paying a deposit, getting some information, and I had canceled doing that to do this show. I was like, you know what? I'll wait. I'll just risk it. Pray that you're still in the office at like 5 o'clock whenever I get around to getting up there after I do this show. And then Jim said, I'm too busy. I don't have time. I said, you know what? That's fine. I can reschedule. I can move things around. I can go do that. But no, you, Holmes, you just had to do it.
Oh,
because you have to go to PAX and you can't record tomorrow.
Oh,
What?
I don't.
You're not mad at Jim for canceling and then Jim didn't have to do. I just said, hey, let's have some fun. Do a podcast.
How dare you, Jonathan? I had the good grace to cancel the show practically at the last minute, and you, in your arrogance, playing God, if I may be so bold, decided, no, I need things on the agreed upon time, on the time that I've made allowances for, because I'm Jonathan Holmes and I'm so special.
I didn't. Jeez, guys, we can just stop the show now if
That's
we've got a 5-minute
consecutive
show.
last minute for me.
I feel terrible. I don't want to force you to.
I'm Jonathan Holmes, the Golden God.
I don't feel like it.
In my gilded throne of wings. Both
Just
the type of bird Liam and the Paul McCartney fronted band. It's Paul McCartney in a seated position and you sit on his lap and then all swan wings come out of his arms and fly you around your special moon. Because the normal moon we all have is too rubbish for you, too boring. I want my own moon built for me, Jonathan Holmes, the winged god. And then they make a big gold moon for you, which we can't see. Only you can see it when you put on special glasses like Rowdy Rodder Piper and they live.
this is just because I wanted to do the show that we do every week at this time.
It's because you insisted we stick to convenient plans, Jonathan. Because you insisted that I be professional.
We didn't have to. You could have said, no, I really can't do it. And I would have said, okay, just wanted to check.
Oh, right.
That's
No,
all.
you gave me an ultimatum.
I did?
You said, either we do it now or there's no more Podtoid ever.
My email said, let's just do because I typed too fast. Let's do a 45-minute Podtoid for fun. That's all.
Well, are you having fun, Holmes?
No, I'm not. I feel terrible. Like I really did scar your days.
None of us is having fun. None of us are having fun. And I hope the listeners are having the least fun. Because they're the real cause of all this. Wake up this morning to a tweet. It's Wednesday morning, not Wednesday afternoon, not when the Podtoid normally goes up. Just a tweet from someone, Jim, where's Podtoid? Podtoid, where? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Oh, hey guys, my computer's broken. I'm really annoyed and shit's going wrong for me. It's that kind of pestering, that kind of harassment, sexual harassment that I get put through on this show that means I'm too scared to go a week without one. Because I'm not facing that horde. I'm not facing those mentals. I'm not going to have the blood for the children they kill on my hands.
Mans! Sounded so desperate. They, I can tweet all sorts of things.
Oh.
Yeah, the feeling is profound that you're having, and a natural one too, because I know the feeling. I'll tweet something like, oh man, speaking of which, yeah, we had to do the show this week because someone's dying, and they wanted us to tell them we love them.
Yeah, they're not dying.
Yeah, they're not
Good.
dying. They're going in for surgery. Like, you're kind of calling it a little early, aren't you?
He tweeted me, said, my friend's dying. Tell him you love him.
Well, we're all dying.
Yeah, everybody's dying, Jonathan. Some of us sooner than they might expect. I'm not. That's not a promise or a threat or anything. But just for any listeners going to PAX East, Tango Whiskey Delta the cat is in the pantry.
Risky Delta?
They know what to do.
Risky Delta the cat?
Enjoy PAX, Jonathan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be a good show. It's gonna tribute games will be there with
cat is in the
Mercenary.
pantry.
But no, we should say that Sean Machin, I don't know. He's going to be happy no matter how we mispronounce his name.
He's British, but I'm thinking the pronunciation is Macon.
Macon? Sean Macon? Okay.
Sean Macon.
So there you go. Don't die, Sean Macon.
Sean Macon, don't die. We're already going to be having one tragic Podtoid related death after this weekend. The cat is in the pantry.
Why would you want me to die?
I'm not that
bad.
That. When did I say I want you to die?
You implied it.
No, I've arranged a fun birthday special treat for you at PAX East. Whiskey's in the pantry. Only joking. I've not arranged your assassination.
That's a relief.
And actually, I'm starting to realize
Yes.
some of the bads that I do on Podtoid.
Oh, really? Which beds?
I had an epiphany. I guess that's the right word for it. An awakening. Not an erotic awakening, Jonathan.
Oh, like Emmanuel? It's not Emmanuel style awakening?
I'm not having an Emmanuel moment.
Oh, good.
I need to...
Or not good. I don't know, man. She seemed happy. But anyway, please tell us about your awakening.
Why would I want to watch Emmanuel when X-Hamster has the relevant clips from Showgirls already at my disposal? Oh, Elizabeth.
Showgirls had relevant clips?
For my interests, yeah.
Her butt is so flat!
I don't give a fuck.
She flat butt. She flat butt, guys.
Whatever, don't body shame. don't body shame Elizabeth Berkley.
I like that dancing man that she's with, and the guy from Twin Peaks.
He is
a lot of good things about that. Yeah, it's a fun movie. I enjoy it. It's true.
I think it got very critically slammed, so it might qualify for Movie Defense Force.
But, wouldn't that be good?
But when the biggest defense is, it's pretty good for a wank. I probably don't want to reveal that on a show that isn't Podtoid, where apparently it's okay.
More than okay.
I don't know that it's okay to admit to a wank over Elizabeth Berkley anywhere.
You say "oh wank," that's a singular. It's great. You can say anything you want on Podtoid.
Yeah. That's part of the charm. But you said you're describing an awakening of some kind.
Oh yes.
What is it?
Basically, what happened was someone sent me a link last night, and the URL had cum shot in the word.
Oh.
And I thought, this is gonna be a cum tribute of Jonathan Holmes.
Oh yeah.
And I got really upset because I realised, as I was saying it last week, like everything I say on Podtoid, it was a great idea. As I said, as the words were coming out of my mouth and I was hearing them coming back round into my ear hole and going in my brain for things, I thought to myself, that is a good idea. This is great. This is probably the best idea I've ever had. But then, the icy chill that hit me when I thought, Jesus fucking Christ, someone's done it. Do I tell Jonathan, or do I keep him in, like, the...
Oh, yeah, definitely don't tell him.
Do I ruin him, or live a lie, knowing that I violated his lovely face?
Live a
by
lie,
proxy. Yeah. So you would want me to live the... Okay, I mean, that's good to know. But either way, like, either I tell you and cripple you and live with that, or I know it's happened and have to look at you and talk to you, knowing what I know, and knowing what I may as well have fingered you while you were asleep doing that. Or at least, overseeing that. That's not nice. And I got really upset and thought, some of the things I do could have consequences. And,
oh, yeah, a lot of... They do have consequences.
And I have to take accountability for that.
Sure.
So, yeah.
John Riccatello style.
Absolutely.
Now's your Riccatello moment. What are you going to do?
At PAX East, stop at maiming him. Okay, guys, listeners, just... Once you... let him be able to still walk of his own power. I don't want anything more than that on my conscience.
I will be coming to PAX with some form of weaponry that is not metal detectable. Probably wooden nunchucks with rope.
We shouldn't be arming ourselves against our fans.
We should. Well, I don't know. We probably shouldn't be telling our fans to maim each other. But if that's what we do, then we will go to PAX prepared to hurt people before they hurt us.
If someone tells me they listen to Podtoid in real life, then they do it when I go to conventions or whatever. I do get ready to protect myself.
Yeah.
Like, just because I assume that I'm, like, what's the best? Broken in some way.
Mm.
And,
Yeah,
like,
they're excited.
not quite
And
like a Wilbur Whateley type figure. Is what I'm
yeah,
thinking. Like, they'll pull their shirt off and there's just tentacles under there. And I'll have to deal with that now.
it could happen. I'm prepared for any outcome. I'm happy to just trust and enjoy the adulation of the few, but the dedicated who listen to Podtoid and are excited to see us. But I'm also ready to punch them in the face immediately.
Just
If
you have to, yeah.
yeah, if depending on their body language and or their approach. Yeah, I don't want to die. So, and they may want to kill me because they tell me they do. So there you go. Gotta just not be like, oh, death threats. Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah, they're just joshing. No, no, no. They might not be joshing.
Oh, I do love our listeners.
Me too.
In all seriousness.
I don't have any concern like this whatsoever. Absolutely none. And maybe that's because I'm like the person who is probably not on any extreme in this podcast.
You are very much the
That could be it. That could be the reason. But at the same time, I also don't really have much fear of death yet. I have nothing to lose still. My wife and I don't have a child. So I don't have those like scary concerns about what's going to happen to my offspring. Or I'm ready to die.
I want you to survive, Conrad. You have me to
Well,
live for. My interests and you.
Yeah, I'm
being
not really
fine.
that concerned about your interests.
I know. But
I'm
still,
too-
it's got to be a little monochrome of something. Yes?
I've got too much empathy to face death.
Huh.
I don't want the world to do without me. I feel I'm not bothered about myself. I just imagine, in 10 years when I'm dead, I don't know how people are going to manage.
Well, and it's not as though at the moment of truth, I won't shit myself like everybody else is liable to. But
Oh, well, that's normal.
I think that's the worst part. It's just
I'm-
knowing the poo will be there.
But I'm if somebody came up to me and decided that they needed to kill me, that's unfortunate. But
Yeah.
that's about as bad as it is. I'm not.
Oh, that's a shame.
Well, I weirdly thrill at the idea of thinking, oh, this is the time when it's okay to defend yourself physically. It's like an action movie.
I'm
When
not
the
into
bad
that at
guys
all.
are really going to get you, then you get to be all karate and choppy and saki. Good times.
That doesn't appeal to me.
You realise, Jonathan, that will sound like an invitation.
Oh, well, it's fine. The more I want it to happen, the less they'll do it. See, that's the whole thing. Yeah, if I'm like, oh, fun, then they'll be like, there's no fun in that then. But if they're like, oh, we're going to make them miserable, then they will want to do it more. So it's reverse psychology.
It's only because they love you.
I don't think they do.
They do. It's like the cartoon series Hey Arnold.
That is a good
They are
point.
Helga and you are Football Head.
But Football Head knew Helga.
Yeah.
And had some sort of, there was a back and forth.
He didn't know the real Helga. She might as well have just been listening to his podcast.
I can't picture Arnold or Football Head having a podcast. What would he even say?
He'd probably have his friend Gerald or whatever he was called. And just talk about bumming him and that they should be wrestlers and brothel owners and whatnot.
That is what most podcasts are. Yeah, we're just following old.
I was thinking about you the other day,
You were?
Jonathan. I think about you a lot.
Yeah.
Usually I'll come up with an idea of something I want to do. Or Alex will come up with something that I should do. And then within a second, it stops being about me and we decide you should be the one to do it. So I think about you about 3/4 of the day. And I was thinking...
So many quarters.
It's a lot of quarters, but there's a lot to think about. And one thing I was thinking about, because I come up with fun ideas for us, but mainly you, on Podtoid, Jonathan.
Uh-huh.
and you don't like them.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Sometimes I don't hate them as much as the ones that I don't like at all.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm. Mm.
So I thought, what does Jonathan like? 2D graphics, the Wii,
Mm. A
nothing
lot of people
else.
like those things, though. No, those are a lot of people like those things.
But
Those aren't.
what do those things have in common? You like old style games. I think it's fair to say.
Yeah,
You
I
like
do.
things. You like it a bit retro. You
Uh,
like
uh-huh.
simpler times.
Well, I'm not that exclusive, but I
No, I'm
enjoy.
not saying you exclusively enjoy those things.
Right, but I
But
do like those
you've
things.
got a fondness for the simple, the straightforward.
Yes,
But
I
this
did like
is.
ridiculous fishing a lot.
Well, there you
That's an
go.
example.
Ridiculous
There you go.
Super Meat Boy.
Fun game.
So I thought what I'd do is just because some of the ideas I give you are like 40 minutes long. Simplify it. What do you think of
That is the
that?
longest.
What happened? Did something happen that I missed?
That was my first idea. That was so simple I said nothing. So that's idea number one. What did you think of that?
It was
Silence.
peaceful. Yeah, it gave me time to reflect and meditate a bit. It was very nice.
Poop farmers.
Yeah, I'll be
Oh,
honest. I was I was expecting this to go in a completely different direction. You started talking about simpler times, and I thought we were going to start a Mennonite colony.
oh yeah,
Idea number
those guys
three,
would be
Mennonite
funny.
colony. What do you think of
What's
Mennonite
a poop
colony?
farmer? No, you can't.
And we're keeping this simple. It's simple yes or no. Poop farmer, yes or no.
No.
Yes,
Mennonite, right? We've got, that's 50.
round goal.
I'll be the decider. Poop colony, yes. Okay, we're doing that.
Oh.
Mennonite colony.
No. I've got enough religious cultiness in my life. No.
After you've lived with my wife as long as I have, you come to value their policies on having shit on their walls. You're not allowed to have shit on your walls.
Okay, next idea. Shit on your walls.
Just feces?
I'm keeping it simple.
Yes or no?
Shit on your
God, what
walls.
don't
No.
you understand?
No.
Conrad, yes
No.
or no? Shit on the wall.
Yes, shit on Holmes's walls. Yes.
Casting vote from me. Yes, we'll do that. Next idea. Frog dating agency.
No.
Conrad.
No,
I win.
There we
I
go.
think.
That's no frog dating agency.
it's already been done by The Onion.
Has it?
Yeah, the second season of Sex House.
Oh, okay. Dodged a bullet there. We dodged a bullet. I don't want to be plagiarizing. I'm not Polygon.
Oh,
That was a joke.
Yes, it was.
That was a joke.
hey, oh,
Next idea, Jonathan. Non-jokingly accuse Polygon of plagiarism.
No, but no, let's not do that. Let's not pick fights with potential buddies.
I like Polygon.
I do too.
I like Polygon's writers. I was actually talking to Justin earlier. Like just honest, straight up. I don't like the design, but I explained why, and it was actually quite nice. He was very open to the criticism. He's a good guy, is Justin. Good guy. And no, Polygon didn't plagiarize anybody. Scorpion Bandits.
No.
Yes.
Definitely.
Why would you want
You
to?
should see the little scorpion hats.
You don't. Yeah, we would be scorpions, or well, it's simple, so you can't tell me. But
Tell you it's simple.
there's not much good about stealing a poisonous insect of no monetary value, or pretending to be one if that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Either way,
No.
banditing
He was
is
talking
almost
about
always bad.
He was talking about training scorpions to be bandits, like criminal kingpins.
Or was
We're
I?
going to send the scorpions out.
Who knows? That's the gamble we take with Jimmy's simple ideas. Jimmy's simple home cooking. That's the name of this new feature that we'll do every week.
God.
Child-friendly beer.
Child-friendly beer or bears?
Child-friendly beer.
No.
No? Conrad?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, brilliant. It's done. Next idea, child-friendly bears.
Really bad. Worse than the beer. No.
Yes.
Brilliant. Child-friendly bears full of child-friendly beer.
Worst yet. Yeah, an intoxicated bear. It can vomit and it can bite. And it can vomit and bite at the same time on a child.
Yeah, that seems
So,
like a lot of cleanup. I'm gonna say no.
wow, I win again?
Okay.
Amazing.
That's off the table.
Phew.
I've only got the casting vote. I can't overrule. I'm just an arbitrary. So, I'm just here to help. Jonathan Holmes the Cyclops.
That would mean I would lose an eye, I presume.
I don't know.
I don't want to be a Cyclops. No.
Could also be a penis reference. I'm going yes.
Sold! Jonathan Holmes butt auction.
Butt auction?
Yeah.
No.
Oh yes.
Sold! Jonathan Holmes' alligator hands.
That would be pretty cool. No. No. I part of me wants yes, but I'm gonna have to say no.
I can't even decide. Like, on the one hand, I want to support Holmes' decision not to do this thing, which he so clearly kind of wants to.
It'd be cool to be a monster in a way, but then you have to, pet a cat sometimes, or go to the bank, or any number of things where your hands are in use, and therefore it would be worse to have. Because crocodiles don't really have hands; they're more like paws. Cute little paws, crocodile paws. Yeah, I can't do it.
I'm gonna say yeah.
Sold! There'll be more of those. Probably never.
Probably not.
Unless
That joke may have run its course.
Yeah. Unless I come up with one good idea and then I'll think of none others and do that one and then realise I'll have to do more next week and just make them up. That was fun.
I enjoyed it. I took it seriously. Video games.
What?
Tenya Wanya Teens. Are you guys thinking about it the way I am? Because I'm thinking about it. Tenya Wanya Teens. Tenya Wanya Teens. It's hard to say.
Is that like Tom and Jerry kids?
The creator of Katamari Damacy and Nobi Nobi Boy, Kaeta Takahashi, is creating Kenya Wanya Teens. It's a coming-of-age tale about love, hygiene, monsters, and finding discarded erotic magazines in the woods. He's making it, guys. There's a toilet and a skunk.
Sold!
Yeah, exactly. There's a monster who's drooling, and he's got hands that have, I think, 9 to 10 fingers per hand, and it looks like he's made out of old ice cream, and he's a cyclops with a penisy feel to him, and a little boy with a baseball bat is going to get him, I think. And the game is played with like a 16-button controller that's constantly flashing lights.
I'm
Can you
just
want
thinking
your
Monster
teens?
Party now.
Oh, yeah. Maybe it'll be like that. Who knows? I had to bring it up,
When did
though.
this come up?
I did a brief story about it when it was teased last month, and then our own Darren Nakamura did a story about it on Destructoid, where they actually quoted what the game will be about. It is about the universal struggle to, quote, maintain the facade of normalcy during the awkward transition from child to adulthood. So good. He's going to just make it about how yucky it is to be a teenager, which I obviously love talking about that. So very excited on my end.
Splendid and tremendous.
Yeah.
I like the sound of that.
We did talk about video games.
That idea passed me by.
It happens. Destructoid is rapid fire these days. We are posting news nonstop. I cannot keep up with it myself.
Hey, stuff's going on.
Yeah.
You got to have your finger on the pulse.
Feel it. It's throbbing. Conrad, do you have...
How was that not intentional?
What was?
What you said.
That wasn't intentional. That's a word, throbbing. Just throbbing.
I got my eye on you.
Conrad, do you have your Willem Dafoe pitch ready? Because now's the
What?
week for it.
No, it's really not the week for it. My shit's everywhere in boxes behind me. And
we are just gonna do questions then, and then we're gonna
let's just get it
what
over
we're
with.
doing, and then that's it. Because it's a short week. Jim's got to play BioShock Infinite for you guys. Did you play any of it at all, Jim?
No, I spent too much of today playing Merlin Durl.
What?
Merlin Durl.
What the heck is that?
Merlin Durl. And a fisher came together. Welcome,
Wait, you're reviewing the Walking Dead Survival Instinct?
The wanking dread. Vile.
I kind of
shitty shit stink.
It looked a little. The last trailer I watched for it, I have not been keeping up. It showed Merle and Daryl a little more, and it looked like kind of funny and fun in a bad way, a little bit, with them acting and stuff. Like, I had to save the day, and Merle being like, "You don't know nothing," just overacting so hard, and then just a woman on top of a flagpole being like, "Save me, save me."
Don't come.
Exactly. It made me want to buy it for $2.
Don't buy it.
Not even for $2?
It's not good. It starts off being it starts off being Anaconda. It's like, this is shit, but I'm having a laugh. And then some good ideas start trying to happen, and then you just watch. It's like watching a dog with no legs trying to stand up and be a normal dog. It's very sad. It just becomes tragic and sad. It's not good. It's not good. It's like Zombie U, but if Zombie U were asleep when you played it.
The game was asleep. Like, it didn't turn on.
The game itself was asleep. Like, I love how they emphasize stealth. Like, oh, we've got to creep up on the zombies, but you just run behind them and just stab them all in the back of the head. You feel sorry for the zombies by the end of it. There's videos on YouTube already of, like, armies of 20 zombies all crowded round a guy. And you just jump from QTE to QTE, doing all one-hit execution kills on them, and you can just do that and cleave a path through the zombie horde.
Oh, boy.
Because they grab you one by one, and the other ones just stand there waiting for their turn. It's very sad. 3 hits to kill a zombie, and you hit them once, and then they stumble back, then just put their face an inch away from yours and just go, by the time they've stopped going, you've charged up the next shot. You hit them again, it's just boosh, 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 and then they're dead. It's like, and they just stand there like a wrestler waiting to take a chair shot to the head. May as well put a snake on them when they're on the floor and walk off and do some drugs.
How can I not want to buy that now? Of course I want to buy that now. You make it sound great.
I will admit, unlike Colonial Marines, there is some humor value in how bad it is. Like the intro, like it's supposed to be like the show. It's got a beginning tutorial, and then a thing happens, and then you get the whole.
Oh wow! Yeah, I love that.
All that with the the words of the actors up against walls and things, and close-ups of axes and empty streets. Just like the real intro from the show, and you're like, this is brilliant. I'm playing AMC Presents The Walking Dead as seen on AMC and AMC Production. This is brilliant. Merle and Durl in a Wakambe just like Michael Rooker promised. Oh wait, why am I playing the 360 version but seeing a PC mouse cursor in the corner of this intro scene? Oh dear, this is actually shit.
I'm definitely buying it now. I'm not buying it this year, but I'm buying it in my life at some point.
It's worth looking at. It's ugly as sin. Like, they got rid of the screen tearing that was in that leaked gameplay footage. Thank Christ for that. But the rest of it looks as bad. Like, the scenery may as well be a bunch of poorly compressed JPEGs saved at half quality.
It looked worse than Deadly Premonition
Oh,
in
yeah.
terms of money.
Yeah.
And that was a PS2 game that they just kind of tried to put on the 360.
Yeah, it's one of the worst I've seen looking, like, visual-wise. And just the... oh, dear. It's not quite Telltale's game.
Not
It's like
quite.
that. And in between it all, I'm pissed off. I'm playing bad games. I don't like to see games bad, Jonathan.
No, of course not. You're very invested in the medium and the experience of the consumer, and
No,
you can't wait for good things to happen for the medium and the consumer.
and nothing like a bad game just being a bad game is disappointing.
Mm,
A game of wasted potential is infuriating.
right.
I am absolutely at my harshest when I see a game clearly capable of good and not achieving it. And that's bad enough. It doesn't help to receive texts halfway through from Trent Reznor, pop star, the frontman of Nine Inch Nails, and more recently, How to Destroy Angels, Jonathan.
Mm, mm, mm.
Bro, that's how this one starts. Jesus Christ. Bro, do you even know how an a-hole works? Question.
Of course you do. You are alive and a mammal with a digestive tract. I mean, some people are born without them, sure, but you clearly have one. Anyone who knows you have one somewhere.
And there's no
Yes.
clue that I poo differently than anyone else, or poo wrong, or I'm doing it, doing things with it I shouldn't. I mean, it depends what the laws are in the state you're in. But for the most part, I'm doing pedestrian, by modern standards, things with it. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting texts from pop star Trent Reznor suggesting something's awry. What does it mean, Jonathan? What does that mean?
Bro, do you even know how an a-hole works?
And not even like talking about mine specifically or his, just the concept, it seems. Just, do you even know how an a-hole works? It was
Works? Functions, maybe he means. I don't know. An a-hole probably means butthole. Probably means anus and a whole anal area. But he may mean something else. He's Trent Reznor.
Yeah, I can't fathom it. I'm thinking, I mean, is he accusing me? Or has he found something revelatory about the a-hole that he wants to share? Of
Maybe
course,
he's been taking anatomy classes at the local community college.
yeah, he could be doing that. He's very invested in further education. So, I don't know.
Huh.
But it's
That's so
annoying.
yeah, maybe he just found out how it works and is texting you like, "Hey, bro, do you even know how an a-hole works? Because I can tell you!"
Yeah.
Like all excited about the inner workings and
But
whatnot.
then the inclusion of do you even know?
Oh, that's true.
It sounds accusatory.
That's true.
And all the while, it's ambiguous, and, I can send him anything back, and I'm not going to get an explanation. I'll get a text 3 weeks later that just says something like shark dip. Like I got the other fucking day. Just apropos of nothing. Shark dip. Is that dip made of shark? Dip you put shark in? Or are we going in water with it? I don't know. But
Shark dip.
that is all I can expect. Just inane patter like that. And if I ask, what do you mean, do I know how an a-hole works? Trent Reznor, ladies and gentlemen, your modern hero.
We only have 5.5 minutes left in the show. We've got to do these questions.
Oh
'cause
god,
you
they
have
want
to go play the
questions.
thing.
They want questions as well, do they?
We've got 34 questions
Entitled.
already.
Gamer entitlement.
Mike Cosimano once he's asking Conrad that he's stuck in a few songs on Rock Band Blitz, Cult of Personality, Sing, and Kids in the Street. Help? Can you describe how to win at those songs, Conrad?
Well, I mean, not specifically, but the general strategy I mean, Cult of Personality is a freaking hard song to gold star. It was not like 60 tries easily that I had to use to accomplish it. But there's the overdrive notes that I can't remember what it's called, jackpot. You have to use jackpot, and you have to keep all your tracks filled, and get it maxed out as quickly as possible. It's just not an easy song, but it can be done. Sing can be, I've done them all, so yeah. But it's pretty much jackpot and bomb notes. Bomb notes are great for clearing out, getting your multiplier up, filling tracks, and then you can focus on your random stuff without worrying about what your purple gems are. Anyway,
People should play that game. People passed by that game. A lot of people said, "Oh, I should play that game," and then they went on to something else. But now is the perfect kind of lull, the pre-BioShock Infinite lull, to get it right now. That's my advice to them.
The Cult
Great
of
game.
Holmes' nasty teats.
I laugh because I do think my teats are nasty, and it's funny because it's true. Let's see. I'll click these.
They
40
look
questions.
fine as teats, but it's the
They're
weird
all right.
it's the weird savory yogurt that they produce that
They don't. No, my chest used to be much more. Edmund McMillan was talking about it on last week's Up Holmes. It's like, weren't you in good shape once? I was like, yeah, I was. He didn't mean anything by it, but Anyway, all right, 40 questions. I'm going to click. Jacob P. asks, when will Art Hawk rise again? That's so nice that someone wants more Art Hawk, because it's really an annoying series to many. I recorded some audio for them and sent them over to a Podtoid listener who will remain nameless because I don't want him to feel guilty. And he hasn't done anything with them yet. I think he's having tech problems, but there may be a couple of 1.5-minute episodes of Art Hawk to exist again someday for laughs. It's a show where a hawk squawks about how games that people don't think of as art are actually art. So that's fun. All right, where do I start with these questions? Rats.
at the end.
Yeah, there's so many. The Godinator asks, okay, apparently that was a joke. His real question: if you could distort any game slightly, what game and how, in a good or a bad way? Sounds like you distort Walking Dead in a big way to make those ideas that are good work. What are the ideas that are good that you wish worked?
Well, I like the general premise of moving from settlement to settlement and making sure you've got enough fuel for the ride, and choosing which route to go, because like some routes consume high amounts of fuel but they break down less, and you can pick up more supplies if you go down some other route, and there's this whole risk and reward element to it, but it's so surface level in the game. So if they'd have just bothered to do more, when I say bothered, I mean they didn't have any time, so it's probably not fair to cry laziness. There's all sorts of reasons for that game being the way it is, so time and money and anything. If they could have just made the ideas work, in terms of that whole survival resource gathering, management of survivors as well, like you can get teams of people, and you can rescue people in towns and whatnot, but your car only has room for 3 other guys and yourself, so you have to choose which ones to dismiss. And it's not like in, a real Walking Dead story where that would be an agonizing decision or a problem. You just literally select dismiss and they go. Forgotten. No matter who they are or what they've done for you. And it just sounds like it all looks like pieces were in place for them to then expand and do stuff with, but never got round to be able to do it.
Right, so the opposite of the game that people liked.
Yeah, just distorted so it's good.
It sounds so unlike the critically acclaimed Walking Dead based on the comics.
Yeah?
Bummer, dude.
Yeah.
That's no good. How about you, Conrad? You want to distort any video games?
Well, I was thinking about the trips versus women thing, and I'd like to see Ghouls and Ghosts from the other perspective. I'd like the princess to be escaping from wherever.
Wow.
I think that'd be an
very
interesting distortion. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. To have her in this kingdom where she's presumably going to be treated with respect by the demons that have captured her because they want her to be like their weird new queen, but she gets out of there and kills them.
I know what you two are doing.
What are we doing?
Trying to look progressive. You just want to see her get hit and knocked down to her underwear.
I actually was thinking she'd be entirely non-violent. That
Whoa.
she could rally other characters to fight for her to some limited degree. I haven't figured out how the mechanic would work yet exactly, but I would like to find a non-violent approach to it as well.
Yeah, very interesting.
Or at least where she's not directly inciting the violence.
Kind of like I'm blanking on the name. It started with a D, I think. PS1, PS2 series where jerks are coming in your house and you just make traps for them.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, you're thinking of Tecmo's Deception.
I knew it started with a D. Yes,
Yeah.
and Jason Rohrer is making his own weird Tecmo's Deception type game.
There was one of those for PS2 even. That series lasted that long. There were 3 on PlayStation 1 and 1 on PS2. I love them all. They're all
time to cash in on that. They've got I really think that there's a 10-year cycle and that the people who were like 13 when they played that are now 23 and they've got disposable income and are on download services like Steam and PSN, XBLA, and making a new cheap one of those games to cash in on their vague recollections of it and have them be, oh, I love that thing, I'll just buy it. And then if it's actually a good game, then they'll tell their friends who'd never heard of it before, oh, an actual good game came out.
An actual good game with strong female lead characters. Every from Kagero Deception 2 through to Trapped, you play a female character who defends herself. I mean, she's effectively powerless and overmatched by her enemies physically, but through cunning and planning, you can overcome them.
Which is probably what would happen to any of us, male or female, if we were going to fight some monsters in some walking suits of armor. Don't you like fight suits of armor with nothing?
There's all sorts of ridiculous crap in that game. Well, and then some of the traps are just like a fist comes out of the wall.
That's good stuff. I like it. Want more of it. You guys, Salmoniferious Lottie wants to know if we're looking forward to anything coming out or being announced at PAX East. You guys got your eyes on the show? Are you interested in the thing? Or is it just kind of like, eh?
Yeah.
I'm so focused on the stuff I've got sat in front of me to review, I can't think ahead right now.
Sure.
Not being there, with no intention of going. Yeah.
It's becoming more of an announcements show, but it's still not an E3 level announcement show. Capcom has 2 things they're going to announce. One of them might have gotten leaked. I think that Dungeons & Dragons story you wrote about, Conrad, is one of them. But there's rumor that they're going to do a new Strider. There's some fake logo or fake-looking logo that could be real for it. If there's a new Strider, I'll be very excited.
I'd be very excited if they took the route that they went with the NES version of Strider as opposed to the arcade versions and the Strider 2. I really liked the world exploration combined with that sort of close-range combat gameplay. I thought that was a lot of fun.
You know what they need to do with the new Strider?
Wow.
Call it Stirred. Have Ninja Theory develop it. I think it'll go over really well.
Did DMC sell badly, officially? Was there an official announcement? Sold badly?
I think it sold below expectations, which is a failure in the eyes of... we saw with John Riccatello, going below expectations is a failure worthy of career suicide, or at least, in that particular area. So, yeah, it doesn't look like it did well by, the standards that were expected of it, which I personally think is a shame, because I thought it was a fantastic game. But the market spoke. Ching ching.
I just feel like those guys can't win. I feel very badly for them. Enslaved didn't do too well, or at least, again, didn't do up to expectation. And then, of course, Heavenly Sword. Got some press, but didn't do what they had hoped it would do. And it just doesn't make any sense. They do everything people like. They tell a good story. They've got great graphics, great character design, good combat system, and then just people just don't do it.
Well,
It's weird.
people debate on the combat system, but I don't know. They certainly tick a lot of boxes for me, but clearly I'm a minority in that area, which is obviously sad because I want only the best for a studio I feel is good. But
indeed.
it seems they're getting a raw deal. So, oh well.
Well, we've gone overtime. We've really given them more than we thought we
More
would.
than
You got to go
they
play
deserve.
that thing. They will be very grateful, I'm sure. A lot of people are going to be listening to this on their way to PAX East, which is so nice to think that people are going to care. I mean, you could do anything on your road to PAX East. You could listen to Cats. You could jam out to Howard Stern's brand of comedy. But people are choosing us over everything else.
Well, as someone who used to listen to a lot of podcasts when he travelled, I don't travel so much now, but I relied on some good podcasts, whether it was Collins and Herring or Ray Peacock and Ed Gamble. If you are on a plane listening to Podtoid on your way to PAX, thank you for choosing Podtoid Airlines. We know you have a choice of Podtoid's podcasts to listen to. Fuck that up. Fuck it. Abandon. The plane has crashed. Not yours, listeners. The metaphorical one. Thank God. Phew. But no, thank you for letting us be your in-flight entertainment. And if you're not at PAX, fuck off.
Do you have anything going on, Jim, this weekend or this week that you want to talk about?
I've always got something going on.
Yes,
Article written on Destructoid.com called I forget exactly what I called it. The video game industry doesn't want female characters. It's something like that. But it's all about how the kind of creepy way in which female protagonists are treated in games. Did incredibly well. So if you've not seen it, I recommend it. Because it would be nice if you read it. Over on escapistmagazine.com, the new Jimquisition is called Innovation, the Snake Oil of Gaming. It's about how innovation is sold to us often as something that it's not actually... No, that'll do. That's a good sentence to end. I just inflected it wrong. But it's all about innovation and how it's misapproached. So that's about it, really. From me. What are you up to, Jonathan?
When's the BioShock Infinite review going to be done?
4 days after IGN's. Yes, 4 days after IGN's. That's actually not a joke. That's true. Ours will go up on Monday.
That's not too bad. When's the game actually come out?
I don't know. Is it that Tuesday or the Tuesday?
I think it's that Tuesday.
It's that Tuesday, so it'll be the day before.
So you're in time. Very, very good.
Urine time. Hey, everybody, it's urine time.
I'd love to piss off the side of Columbia. It'll get a 0 out of 10 if I can't do that.
As for me, I will be at PAX East, wandering around. So say hello if you have the chance, and if you try to hurt me, I will crush you, and I won't feel bad about it because I gotta protect myself and my family. Yeah, my wife might actually be there for a little bit too. On Sup Holmes this Sunday, we have Andy Schatz, co-creator of Monaco, the heist game that's been winning awards for years and it's not even out yet. It's almost out. It's coming to PC and XBLA, I believe, very soon. So they're wrapping up the finishing touches on that. So it'll be really exciting to talk to him. Last week, yeah.
Do you think when Andy goes into a club and hears shots, that song by that band with those letters in their name that I don't even know what they're trying to LMFAO, I guess. Yeah. Do you think he ever just thinks they're cheering for me?
If he's anything like me, and I hear Holmes all the time for all sorts of reasons, you think oh, why aren't they talking about me? Why are they talking about the other shots? That's what I would think if I were him. But anyway, yeah, Andy Schatz will be there, and that'll.
No, I met Andy. Andy's awesome. It's going to be a good show.
Yeah, I bet that it is. He's actually, I think, recording it from Nero's house, which is weird.
That is weird.
Because he's at GDC, and Nero's just like, come over, spend time with me, record the show, do whatever you want. Because he's Nero. He just lets random people come into his house and do whatever.
Oh, that reminds me. I got to do something. No, all right, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no problem.
Speaking of people coming to Nero's house.
Edmund McMillan was on Sub Holmes last Sunday, and it was a very popular show, which is great and deserves the popularity. And the reruns of that are on iTunes and YouTube now, so you can check that out. He talked about a lot of different things. He touched on Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo throughout the show, but never really. He's clearly very tired of people trying to use him in any way to try to drum up controversy. So he shut down anything that might even go in that direction and was just very even-handed and intelligent and charming. And he talked about his cats for a while too, and that was adorable. So yes, thank you, Edmund, for being on the show. That was a great episode. Anything else? I don't think so. I'll have some Teenage Pokemon shirts with me at PAX East, and I'd love to give them away, but I have to sell them, so the artist and the screen printer, they're hand screen printed. There'll be some Ditto's Gotta Have It shirts and some Pikachu shirts.
Which Ditto's Gotta Have It? Is it the line drawn one?
I think so.
How much are those? Let me just get my wallet.
I'm not
sure.
Really.
I'll pay shipping. That's fine.
I don't. Well, the screen printer. I feel awkward now. The screen printer is like, please sell these at PAX, and then I can make more later for your friends. I've got the screen print, so I think I can't give you one, Conrad.
No, I don't want you to give me one. I want to buy one. I said, how much are you selling the shirts for? I will pay for shipping.
We'll figure that out. We'll figure that out later. So yeah, that'll be a thing that'll happen. And and then we had a poll. And the Bidoof Shock Infinite one. People just love that Bidoof Shock Infinite art. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look up the Teenage Pokemon t-shirt poll post. And look at that art that Sarah Thomas did. It's so good. People on Reddit were freaking out over it. They liked something. It's so nice to see that. They were really, really happy about it. It's from the PAX episode of Teenage Pokemon. There's a joke where we talk about Bidoof Shock Infinite.
Well, I voted for the Ditto's Gotta Have It line drawing one that you won't tell me what the price is.
I'll tell you off the show. I don't want to quote prices, and then I don't know if the prices are going to change. It all depends on how much money the artists want.
But just think, you could be like building. You could be marketing this right now on the show to people who are on their way to PAX, where they can find you and purchase one, and you don't even know how much they're going to be.
Yeah. $16.
There you go. See?
For shipping, the shirt.
Well, the shipping we can figure out later.
Yeah, okay, $16. You see me, and I'll sell you on that much money. And thank you. And I think that's it for me. How about you, Conrad?
I got an office chat going up here in a little bit. Jim's on it with Jordan. Jordan's barely in it because, Jim's on it. And between me and Jim, I guess we talk a lot. I haven't had a chance to watch the final run. I'll do that right after we're done here. But that'll be up in a few hours, so it should be up by the time you're listening to this. Talked a bit about the female hero stuff and the Bioshock Infinite sort of spurred on discussion of exclusive reviews. That was, I think, very interesting. So it should be good stuff. And other than that, we'll be doing Saturday Morning Hangover. It's going to be really weird, because my apartment is totally freaking empty.
Because you're moving, maybe. Yeah,
I'm moving next week. I don't know if we might have to reschedule next week or something. I don't know, or me not be on it. But yeah, so I'm moving into a new place. Moving in with Jordan DeVore. So
how nice.
Yes, that will be exciting. We're gonna. I can't wait. I'm just thrilled to have someone else around me all the time, doing the same thing I'm doing, because right now I live with a woman who doesn't do the same thing I do all day long and has other things that she would like to do, and she's interested in the things that I'm doing and thinks I should be interested in the things that she's doing.
Right, so you can break that up a little bit.
A little bit.
I
think so anyway, that's what's going on with me.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That's it. No. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Are we done?
We're done.
We did it.
Jesus.
We did it.
Brilliant. Bye.
Nice job.